What's up, Commanders Nation? I'm here with another news update, and today the topic is the strange administration of our team, which raises even more doubts before the game against the miserable New York Giants. Welcome! If you are tired of seeing the Commanders being managed in a confusing way, drop your like now. We want to see organization in 2026. Let's get into it. A clear sign of the misery of administration this season can be found in Saturday's injury report ahead of the Week 15 game against the Giants. There was brief public confusion. Terry McLaurin, our All-Pro wide receiver who played in the last two games, was not present at practice. This set off the alarm. Wouldn't he play against the Giants? The answer? It was just a day off. No, Nation, it wasn't an injury, it was just a pre-scheduled rest day for McLaurin, who, remember, has already missed 7 games this season due to physical problems. The same goes for wide receiver Noah Brown, who missed 10 games for the same reason. Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown had scheduled time off today. It would be great if next year the Commanders had fewer days off like that. A healthier team will lead to that. Furthermore, rejuvenating the squad is fundamental. This is not common. The team is 3-10, already eliminated, and yet important players are missing regular practices due to injury-related scheduled days off. The blame for the lost season and this lack of energy in practice has one starting point: McLaurin's messy contract negotiations in the offseason. The Commanders missed the moment to extend McLaurin's contract at any cost after the historic 2024 season, where he was elected NFL All-Pro. The problem, McLaurin, understandably, refused to participate in practice. The main issue was that he was not practicing with the second-year quarterback, Jayden Daniels. The administrative failure? The Commanders, inexplicably, did not resolve the situation quickly. Instead of paying McLaurin in March and ensuring he was on the field with Daniels during the offseason, they dragged out the process, wasting the entire preseason. And the worst part? They ended up paying McLaurin exactly what he wanted, a 3-year, $97 million contract extension on August 25th, just 1 week before the regular season opener. The time McLaurin spent away proved to be disastrous. Lost chemistry, Daniels and McLaurin never seemed to be in sync during the games. Lost season. McLaurin had 2 prolonged absences due to a thigh injury, missing a negative record of 7 games, culminating in his worst NFL season by far. The cost of not resolving the contract on time was the lack of chemistry and possibly contributed to McLaurin's fragile health throughout the year. This reflects an administration that needs to change. In your opinion, was the lack of organization in closing Terry McLaurin's contract the fatal mistake that sabotaged the Commanders' season before it even began? Comment. Let's go! With the season winding down and a painful record of 3 wins and 10 losses, the year has been a huge challenge for the Washington Commanders. The pride of last season has faded, and frustration peaked with the 31-0 defeat to the Minnesota Vikings. For many, a blowout like that would only bring discouragement, but offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury sent a direct message. I think if you're competitive, you should be more motivated than ever after a game like that. Cliff Kingsbury, offensive coordinator. The message is clear, Nation. There are no excuses. Kingsbury did not shy away from self-criticism. Although the offense has had difficulties this season, the performance against the Vikings was unacceptable. Scoring 0 points shouldn't happen in the NFL. He emphasized that the shutout was just a bad game, a slip-up, and that the offense is eager to bounce back immediately this week against the New York Giants. Opportunity for response. For us to come back and play like that, I think we're all anxious to show that we're not that. Kingsbury is focused on preparing the offense for Sunday, leaving the Vikings game behind. Motivation and execution will be fundamental to ending the season with dignity. The challenge is huge, Nation. Injuries continue to be a problem. Zach Ertz is out for the season. Jayden Daniels aggravated his elbow injury.
However, Kingsbury's message is powerful. The Commanders' identity is not measured by a single defeat, but by their resilience and ability to recover. The team has a chance to finish the season with pride, proving that even with a difficult year, their competitive spirit needs to remain intact. Next, do you believe that the Commanders' offense, even short-handed, will surpass the 30-point mark this Sunday to show that the team's identity is not 0 points? Comment.
Let's go! The news has been confirmed. Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels is once again sidelined for Week 15. The recurrence of the elbow injury, aggravated in the loss to the Vikings, has taken him out of the game against the Giants. Offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury spoke about the team's plan to protect Daniels and how, unfortunately, it didn't work. The objective was to be smart in some areas and try to limit any exposure if possible, but it's football, and it unfortunately happened. Kingsbury lamented the difficult season for Daniels. It has been a tough season for him, no doubt. It's football. It's a shame that happened. However, he emphasized that the offense cannot stop. Offensively, we have to keep evolving and try to improve. The coordinator reminded everyone that the 31-0 game against the Vikings was unacceptable in every way, and that the main focus now is to make significant improvements before Sunday's game. With Daniels out, Marcus Mariota takes over the starting position for the 7th time this season. Kingsbury gave a candid analysis of the difficulty in evaluating the offense's performance with Mariota on the field, citing the lack of consistency throughout the year. I would say offensively, with him, from the spring through training camp, we were never able to get into a rhythm with everyone. It just hasn't been possible. He highlighted that there was never consistent practices, rhythm, or anything like that, either because Mariota was injured or because other important players were out. The lack of chemistry and the instability at quarterback have been a chronic problem all season. Mariota and the Commanders will face the New York Giants this Sunday at MetLife Stadium. The game will be broadcast on Fox. So, did you like the video? Leave your like and subscribe to the channel. We're in this together. Let's go, Commanders!